technically Wednesday. Sorry, happy Wednesday. Let's get started. We're going to do a warm up and then we'll do some practice problems and then you guys can get on to N11. Remember that you just need to copy this stuff that I write down. You do not have to do the practice problems. If you want to, that's fine. Just make sure you watch me do them. But this is the stuff that I want you to write on a lined sheet of paper. And then after you're done, screenshot it or take a picture and then send it to me so I know that you've been following along with me and getting it done. Okay, let's start off. Solve for C. 8C minus 5 equals 83. So remember, we have to do the inverse operation. So the opposite of minusing 5 would be to add 5. So I'm going to add 5 to the other side. So I technically have 8C equals, and then 83 minus 5, 7. Oh, brain part. No, 78. Okay, and then if you take 78 divided by, we're adding 5. What am I doing? Sorry. Adding 5. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Okay, it would be 88. So if 8C equals 88, so we technically, they're multiplying this one. So we're technically going to have to divide by this one. So this cancels this out. So we have C equals 11. So let's try that out into the problem to see if that works. So 8 times 11 would be 88. 88 minus 5 would be 83. So yes, that makes sense. So remember, you just do the inverse operations on the opposite side where you balance out each side. So you take minus 5. It would be the opposite would be adding 5, and then 83 plus 5 would be 88, and so we technically would still have 8C, and then 8C equals 88, so 8 times, what number equals 88, so we divided it, and that would be 11. Okay, evaluate the expression when 4x squared plus 3x minus 8 when x equals 3. Okay, so technically, I'm just going to write this out. 3 times 3 minus 8. Okay. So I substituted it in the x equals 3. So 3 squared is the same thing as 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is technically 9. And then 9 times 4 would be 36. And then 3 times 3 is 9 here, minus 8. And then we just solve. So 36 plus 9... 45, and then you get 45 minus 8 is 37. Okay, so once again, we substituted in 3 for the x's, and then we solved, because remember, 3 squared is the same thing as saying 3 times 3, and then 3x would be just 3 times 3 minus 8, so we got 9 times 4, which is 36, and 3 times 3 is 9, and then minus 8, and then you just go from left to right to solve it. Okay, Frankie had some blueberries and then some raspberries in her fruit salad. We have to simplify the ratio of blueberries to raspberries in her fruit salad. So blueberries are, oops, already messing up. I know I messed up on the first video. One of the problems. Okay, anyways, so we got 21 over 5. We have to put the 21 over top and then 15 over the bottom, or you could do it as this way too, colon 15 if you want to do it however you want to write your ratio. I always write them as fractions. And then we're going to simplify or reduce down our ratio or reduce down our fraction just like how we normally would. So what's the biggest number that goes into both of them? It's going to be 3. So what times 3 is 21? It's 7. What times 3 is 15 is 5. So technically 7/5 or 7:5 is going to be simplified down, or you could say 7 to 5, or you could say 7 blueberries to 5 raspberries in her salad. So she has mostly blueberries in her salad, but they're pretty much equal. But she seems to like blueberries more. Okay, Gina is having a garage sale. She sold an item for $15.25, $8.50, $2.50, $30, and $5.50. Then she bought one at her neighbor's garage sale for $12.50. How much money did she make in that day? Okay, so her profits for all of her stuff is up here. This is how much she lost because she technically bought an item. So what we're going to do, we're going to add all these up and then subtract this from our profits or how much she made that day. And then we'll see how much total she kind of has left after everything is said and done. And I'm just going to put them off to the side. So we got 15, 25, 8, 50, 250, 3, $30, and then 5.50. Okay, that's just 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. If I add this up wrong, don't hate me. 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 8 is 14, 15, 16, and then 21, carry your 2, drop your 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, and plus another 3 is... Okay, so she made at her garage sale $61.75, but she went to a neighbor's garage sale and bought something for $12.50. These garage sale prices are really high. So 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Put your decimal down. Can't take 1 for 2, so you gotta technically borrow 10 from the next door neighbor. So 11 minus 2 is 9. 6 minus 1 is 5. So 59.25. I must have messed that up because my answer is different on my sheet of paper. Let me double check here. I must have wrote something down wrong. 15.25. Don't have you guys here to correct me. Ripley, stop. I'll be back in a second. 61.75. Oh, this was 5 and then 5 minus 4 is... Okay. Sorry, you guys are probably like, really? I forgot since I borrowed, I needed to take one away from my next door neighbor. So 49.25 is going to be your answer for that one. Okay, we need to find the distance between these two dots. And anyways, this is how much she made that day after it's all said and done. But we need to find the distance between the two dots. Remember, first coordinate is x, second coordinate is y. This is the x-axis or the x line. This is the y line that goes up and down. X goes side to side. Anyway, so we got -2, -5. So over 2, down 5. So right there, got that first coordinate down. We got -2, +7. So we're still on for -2, but we're going to have a +7. So we're going to go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're on technically the same line, but we need to find the distance between the two. So you technically can just add this y's together or whatever, subtract them however you want to do it, and you'll get, so you could technically say 5 plus 7, which would be 12, or you can count how many boxes are in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 units is the distance between the two of them. Okay? And then for N11, it's going to be pretty much the same as yesterday, except you have to, instead of just finding the sign, you have to actually solve the problem. So if you remember, if you have same signs, so we have 2 positives, so the answer is going to be positive. If you have 2 negatives, the answer is going to be positive. If you have a positive and a negative, the answer is going to be negative. If you have a negative and a positive, the answer is going to be negative. So as they say down here, Same signs are, the answer is going to be the positive. Different signs, the answer is going to be negative. So we got different signs. So technically, just so you guys know which one. So we have different signs, so the answer is going to be negative. So 27 divided by 9, and you can say what number times 9 equals 27, and that would be 3. Okay? Okay, now we have two of the same signs. So last time we had different signs. We had a negative and a positive, so we had a negative. Now we have the same signs, so now our answer is going to be a positive answer because they technically canceled each other out. Negative 4 divided by a negative 2 is same thing as saying 4 divided by 2. So what number times 2 equals 4? It's going to be 2. Okay, here, same thing. We got two of the same signs, so our answer is going to be positive. Remember, same signs, the answer stays positive. So 12 divided by 3. So what number times 3 equals 12 is 4. And it's a positive because of the same signs, the answer is going to stay the same. Ripley, stop. Now we have two different signs. We technically have a negative. We technically have a positive right here. So different signs. So our answer is going to be a negative. But I don't know what 3 times what number equals 57. So I'm going to have to divide it out. 3 goes into 5 one time. Subtract it out. 3 minus 5. Bring down your 7 is 9. Is 19. So negative 19 is going to be your answer. Hopefully that focuses in so you can see. And I just did one more on the bottom because I kind of wanted to talk to you about marrying zeros. But anyway, so we got a negative number and we got a positive number right here. So remember, two different signs, just like two different signs, the answer is going to be a negative. Okay? So when you're dividing zeros by each other, you could technically marry the zeros. And then any zeros you have left over, you move over to your answer. And then you just divide by the digits. So 14 divided by 7 would be 20. So, like I said, you can physically take 1400 divided by 70 and figure it out. Oops. Didn't move it over enough. And your answer will be, after you've all said and done, your answer would be 20. But as I said, you can cross out zeros by marrying them or connecting them. And then you put the 0 over off to the side, however many zeros you have left unpartnered. And you take 7 divided by 14. Or 14 divided by 7, which 7 times what number equals 14 would be 20. And now you're going to go over to your Excel. Hopefully I get the right one this time. Nope. And then you're going to go to N11 because you should have did N10 yesterday. And then you just solve the problems like how we did. So we got two different signs. So our answer is going to stay negative. So what number times 6 is 48? Okay, we have two negative answers, or two negative digits or numbers. So then our answer is going to stay positive, and then you just say what number times 4 is 32, and it'll be 8. Okay, if you need anything, make sure that you give me a shout out or call or message or whatever, and I can help you if you have any questions. They're pretty easy all the way up to the challenge zone, so feel free to go past 80%. It's just better for your grade. Okay, have a good day, guys.